So today I've got a few of my actual predictions for the summer 2022 LEGO Star Wars sets. Now I have given them before, but I haven't actually ever done a full predictions video, and that's quite rare for me. Usually I do a few. I do an early predictions one, then a predictions one, then a final predictions one, but I actually haven't done one yet, and since we could be getting rumours honestly any day now, I presume we'll get it in a few months, but it could come out tomorrow, we don't know. I think that now's the right time to do it. I've talked about my predictions in like rumour videos when there's a big update, and this is kind of like that, except this is like my refined ones. So I'm really surprised I haven't done one yet, but this is definitely what I actually believe. I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, and this is my full thoughts. So for this predictions video, it's obviously a little different because we actually know quite a lot about the summer, just some of the prices and some of the set numbers and stuff, which makes it so easy to predict. So I will only be predicting sets based on the set numbers we have. I'll be only predicting the ones for August. There are also 2 sets in May, which I will just be throwing in this video, which aren't technically summer sets, but they are worth talking about because we have no idea what they are. So really they are kind of like the summer sets, but they're not. So yeah, I will be predicting those, and then all of the other prices and set numbers will be coming into this video, so I do hope you enjoy. 2 May sets are sets 75339 for $90 and 75342 for $40. All prices in this video are in USD. I predict that these sets will be Obi-Wan Kenobi based set. That makes a lot of sense to me, presuming that the show does release on May 4th, which seems very likely. It makes so much sense to just release these alongside it, and I think it would be the first Disney Plus show that we've gotten at least 2 sets on, like, around the release day, I guess, where they'd be coming out, because for The Mandalorian Season 1 we got 1 set, for Season 2 I guess we got 1 as well, for the Bad Batch we got 1, that was later. Book of Boba Fett we are getting 1, but it's not really a Book of Boba Fett set, so really this is the first one where we're getting 2, if this prediction is true. So what could these sets be? Obviously we've only been shown a short sizzle reel, but from that I think the $90 set could be that Inquisitor ship. That makes a lot of sense for the price. I think they could do a lot with that. And then the $40 set should be like a Tatooine based home thing, like Obi-Wan's hut kinda. I don't know if it would be that, because that would be a kind of fast remake, but you know, they could do a bit different. Maybe like a Mos Eisley Cantina even. Just some Tatooine based location set. I don't really think that'll be a ship. But you know, something like that for Obi-Wan, and it could maybe even come with a bantha. That would be really cool. Like the mold we've seen in the Skywalker Saga trailers, you know, that would be really cool. Moving on to the actual August sets now, set 75323 is meant to be $160, and I think that that set number is the key, and I believe that it's going to be an Echo base set. Now the set numbering puts it with the other Hoth sets, so it makes a lot of sense. I don't know why the set numbering would be there otherwise, but obviously it's moved to the summer because it's a bigger set. As for the build of the set, I think that it could be similar to the Hoth Echo base from 2011, but probably more like the Assault on Hoth, honestly. Like kind of more exterior based, I think, to combat the UCS 8080 and the Playscale 8080, and also to go with the Snowtrip Battle Pack and even the Hoth 80ST. So it would make a lot of sense, and I have always predicted Snowspeeders, but since there's only 2 $30 sets and I kind of have other predictions for those, I presume that the $160 price comes in with an added Snowspeeder. So the Snowspeeder would be worth about $30, I'd say, making this like the actual build of it like an 130-ish set. And yeah, I could see them doing a lot with it. Obviously, you can't really go, oh, the original models inflate that, because Echo Base isn't really a standalone thing like that. Like, it won't be a similar build. It could be a kind of similar build, but really they can do so much with an Echo Base, and I'm really excited to see how that goes if they do it. On to the massive set of the wave now. For the $530 set 75331, I think it's pretty obvious. People are saying Andor, but it's definitely a Death Star, very similar to the 2016 one, and really when you go inflation wise, it puts it up to about 550, maybe even 600, but really they overcharged for the other one. So that one in 2016, people were really mad that it went up $100, so really they are putting the price up a bit, but not another $100, because people will get mad again, and I could really see them doing it. I don't think that means like a $30 vehicle will be included, no. I think that it just means that they're trying to inflate the price a bit, but not too much. Like, they could have done $550, but $530 seems more fair. So really, a Death Star, it just makes so much sense. They also just retired the 2016 one. That's exactly what happened when the 2008 one retired. They like instantly brought back the 2016 one. So it just makes a lot of sense. Why would they take the 2016 one off? Well, even though it's been like 5 years now, maybe even 6, wow. but really there's a lot of things that are outdated with it. For example, like the Stormtrooper helmet has been updated now, so they need to change that. And even like just some random minifigure details. Like obviously they've got like the new Darth Vader helmet and our new Han Solo here in that set, so that's good, but still there's a lot of details that they can add in now. So I am really excited to see if the set does come out. It makes a lot of sense to me, and yeah, I know some people will be disappointed by that, but you know, who doesn't love a Lego Death Star? 75332 is $30, and we know that it's 4+. Now that they've kind of branched out to the sequel trilogy, they could do a prequel one, but really I think it's going to be a slave one. It's probably going to be OT based, and I think the slave one makes a lot of sense. It definitely also warrants like a $30 thing over a $20 thing. I mean, they could do it for $20, but really it just makes a lot of sense for me there. That could also be with the rumor of the like Boba Fett and Han Solo, the original trilogy ones from the 2021 Boba Fett Starship, when that kind of came out. I could see that being the case. Again, I kind of doubt that would be the reason, but you know, just an idea in there. So really, if it's any 4+ set, I think the slave one makes a lot of sense. They could do a Book of Boba Fett base, put like Fennec and Boba in there, but I kind of think that original trilogy base makes more sense. It is also $30, set 75333, and I mean there's lots of stuff that could be $30. I think that this is where the Bad Batch Season 2 set slots in. Like really, I was looking for a place to put that because I'm sure there will be one to tie into that somehow, and this makes the most sense. I think $30, that works. That's what they did for the Mandalorian, like Season 2. They did Trouble on Tatooine as the first set, so really I see them doing that. What could the set be? You know, I haven't seen Season 2 obviously, so I don't know. Really, I think that the main point of the set would be to make an Omega minifigure, so I'm sure she'll be in the set somehow, and it could somehow work with the Bad Batch shuttle. Maybe even like Sid, it could be like a Sid's Partlet type thing, that'll be kind of cool. But really there's a lot of stuff that it could be. We don't really know the direction Season 2's going. So yeah, if this is a Season 2 set, then I'm excited. Again, it could also be like the $100 set, for example. So there's lots of stuff that Bad Batch Season 2 set could be, if it's even happening. But I think that $30 is the most likely. 5334 is $50, and really there's a lot of stuff that this could be, but I was looking for a spot to slot in that Republic fighter tank rumor, and this one makes the most sense. Now that rumor is quite unreliable, honestly. I kind of believe it more than other fake rumors, so I'm still going to put it here somewhere on the list, just because it's more reliable than any of my other predictions, but the source who said this is kind of, he hasn't had like a reliable thing yet. For example, when he like rumored the minifigures, that turned out to be wrong for the Boba Fett's Palace set. He did rumor that a Jabba's Palace set was coming, and a Mandalorian helmet too, I believe. So he does have some credibility, but really I think that this is still kind of an untrustworthy source. But whatever happens with this set is definitely what happens, and that will decide whether people believe him or not. So I'm still going to predict it here, but I do kind of doubt that. I'm going to put that as kind of a kind of likely but kind of unlikely prediction. 5335 is $100. Again, there's so much that could be done at $100. For example, the Bad Batch Season 2 set. But I think that a U-Wing from Andor, or some Andor set, is probably the most likely one. Now the last U-Wing was $80, so you know, adjusted for inflation, it's about $90. Chuck in some random side build for like an Imperial thing, and boom, you've got yourself a $100 set. They could also be like minifigures with a new mold, for example. It could be like a 900-piece set, but we will have to wait and see. I am excited if that happens though. Like, I love the original one. I don't have it, and I really want it, so that's good. And I do hope that that U-Wing does come to be true. Again, an Andor set will probably be coming in August in some form, just because the show will be coming out around that time, maybe even August. So I really think that we will get a set in August from Andor, and maybe one, maybe even two, like Obi-Wan could be getting, as my prediction says, but we'll have to wait and see. I think that Andor is like the one that LEGO would make the most sets for out of any of them, just because it's like a Rebel Alliance based show, and like LEGO loves the original trilogy. So yeah, it does make a lot of sense for me that LEGO would be doing that. But I think that sticking to one $100 set, like the U-Wing that probably, I presume, sold well after Rogue One, I think that that's the most optimal move for LEGO. You guys know it's the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones this year, and I haven't actually predicted any sets yet, but that's where this set comes in. It's $100, 75336, and ATT. Now that's my guess. There is more evidence pointing towards there being Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary sets as that accessory pack. So really I think that an ATT goes exceptionally well with that accessory pack. like putting a command post, maybe even being able to put that in the ATT perfection. Like, really, I'm kind of doubtful, and I really don't want to predict an ATT or a gunship, but I think that this does actually make sense this time, and I am going to predict it just because things match up enough. The old ATT was $90, and you know, you adjust it for inflation, it's $110, so I could see them, that kind of doesn't add up, but I still could see them doing an $100 ATT, maybe slightly downscaling it, or just like taking a few pieces off, for example, or just it could be worth $110 and they could charge $100 for it. I'm still going to guess that, but yeah, I guess there are more things pointing towards this not being it, but just because there's a chance and it's very fun to predict that there could be an ATT, I'm going to put it in. The next one is set 75337 for $140. Now things just lined up just enough that I wanted to predict this, but a Playscale Republic Gunship. That goes with the ATT, it goes well in the set numbering with that as well. I just think that it lines up a bit too much that it can't be the Republic Gunship. Again, there's stuff pointing towards it, like the designer saying, oh, we're not going to be making a Playscale Gunship anytime soon. Maybe they were saving it for the anniversary. But really, they just put out the UCS one, so I can't see them really putting this out. But, you know, the original one, by that I mean the 2013 one, that was $120, and then I adjusted it for inflation, it's $143. So that just lines up perfectly. Have some nice minifigures in there. That could be Jedi Bob being put in there because apparently he's coming. There was like a weird rumor by that. It was just kind of pointed out by Eminar that he'd heard something about that, and he's kind of reliable, I guess. So, you know, Jedi Bob could be coming in that, or the ATT, but yeah, I'm interested in seeing that. If that turns out to be the case, that'll definitely sell well. So I'm really excited if that does happen. So that is 75338 for $70, and I think that this is a store exclusive of some kind because it didn't pop up on that electricbricks.com site. So maybe it's like a Target exclusive, for example. That makes a lot of sense to me. And I'm going to go out on a whim and say that it's 18 plus just because it's a store exclusive. I know that isn't the case, but you know, why not it be a buildable droid and out of that just a buildable gonk droid? I think that there should be a buildable droid somewhere on here. We're not getting it anytime soon in the first half of the year, so yeah, it just makes a lot of sense to me. Why not put it in there? The other prediction that I might as well mention is another quote set, probably the Death Star trash compactor, because that's actually rumored to be coming, and well, it will be coming because it's Promo Bricks that said it. So that's going to be coming sometime, probably in 2022, so why not stick it in here? Could be a store exclusive. We've had descriptions on that. Check out like my, I guess, winter 2021, winter 2022 kind of rumor videos for that, but yeah, I'm interested if that's the case, or just a buildable gonk droid, even though there's a lot of stuff that this could be. Moving on now to set 75340 for $45, weird price. I think it's largely agreed upon that this is the advent calendar of some kind, just because that price matches up with even like Marvel and City stuff that's popped up on Electric Bricks, so I definitely think that this is the advent calendar. Too much lines up. It has 308 and 29 pieces, so I can't see why it would be a $45 set as opposed to like a $40 set or even a $30 set. So yeah, it's definitely the advent calendar. As for what could be in it, probably some kind of stuff based on the new shows, and for the Christmas figure, I presume it'll be a Santa Boba Fett. I made one of them, but I presume that that'll be what it will be. But those are all the set numbers, and therefore those are all my predictions. If you're wondering where set 75325 is, yeah, I'm going to save that for another video. That's the Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett Unknown set. I presume that that's going to be a Boba Fett's Palace expansion of some kind, like a Rancor pit probably. So yeah, that's kind of my prediction for that. I'll just chuck that in there, but I will probably be doing another video on that at some point. But yeah, those are all my predictions. I do really hope you've enjoyed. Of course, let me know your predictions down below because I am really interested in hearing them, and I'm sure some of you guys will have some very interesting theories. However, yeah, that'll be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. That'll be all, folks. Goodbye.